Okay, we're on.
Okay. Yeah. Hi guys, I just wanted to let you know that we've had an idea and we're going to do a Skype group chat on a regular basis to help us coordinate and run out Promo UK. As you're aware, over the last couple of months, we've been running an initiative in the UK, and that is to promote Steam and Steemit throughout the UK. Now, this started off around about beginning of May, and it was myself. I went into Manchester, bunch of flyers, handed them out, got a hell of a lot of response from people, and suddenly thought, well, if I could do this, but on a larger scale, effectively go out into the community and just see whether or not I can pull together a small team. I decided to put the feelers out, and I managed to pull together a team now of 10 guys. And over the last couple of weeks, we've had a good chat over the phone, and we've decided to give this a go. And this is going to be a group chat. At the moment, tonight, I've got Dylan, an architect over from Huddersfield, and I've got Matt and Starkers down in Wolverhampton. And over the next couple of weeks, we're going to see whether or not we can have these on a regular basis and invite other people to come and join the group chat. So this is the first one that we've done. We're going to have a little chat for half an hour, and from now on, if we do these on a regular basis, then there's a chance that we could invite guests to our group chat. You know, I would like to invite Josh from World Alternative Media. Josh has been a very good friend of mine over the last 2 years since I first met him. Josh and I have had numerous Skype calls talking about blockchain, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and of course Steam and Steemit. And ideally, I'd also like to invite possibly Max Kaiser. Max kindly invited me down to London in January of 2016, and really catapulted my career within the blockchain and cryptocurrency arena. So I can't thank both these guys enough, Max and Josh. So possibly maybe over the next few weeks, as this group starts building up, we can invite guests like Josh and Max and other guys who would like to, help us out and join our team. So again, this is a test to see whether or not it works, and see whether or not we can get some feedback from you guys. So over to the two guys I've got here. I've got Dylan and Matt. So hi, Dylan.
Hello, Stephen. How well are you today?
Very good, very good. How's everything going over in Huddersfield?
Oh, it's cold, it's grey, it never stops raining. We get, very lucky, we get a whole 3.5 hours of sunshine every year over here. So we've had 10 minutes today. It's been nice.
And how's everything going with the Promo Huddersfield? I've seen that you've done a couple of videos, introductory videos.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm currently working on an entire series of videos which will take everybody right from the start of their Steemit journey right through to understanding some of the more technical and more complicated bits and pieces about it. So what I'm looking to do is make it easy for people who are newbies, who maybe not that technically minded, who have maybe grown up with social media like Facebook and Twitter and haven't really come across anything quite as intricate and as clever as Steemit yet. I mean, I pretty much live on Steemit now. I've given up pretty much all of the forms of social media, and I've actually found that for me, Steemit has been way better in terms of actually engaging with people that I really want to engage with, and meeting new people and having new friends, and I absolutely love the ecosystem. I think it's unbelievably clever, but it is complicated. It's not simple to understand if all you've ever done is come up through Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So, like anything, if it's gonna work for you and it's actually gonna make you money, it's actually worth learning a little bit about the job, if you like, and how to really, interact, make posts that people really want to engage with, get posts that people actually want to upvote and get paid. And also, understand it's not just about you getting paid, that there's, actually the ecosystem supports and encourages everybody to interact with one another. And that's how we all do well. And we can all do really well. And I've discovered that from literally a few months ago of discovering Steemit and really understanding what it meant, to now, I started off making posts that were earning a couple of cents at a time, and I'm now making posts and they're earning, sometimes in excess of $200 a post. And it's not just about sticking a post on there, it's about, some really good content. So, I'm kind of thinking about other aspects as well, including what I call minnow mentor. So, how do we help new users to get from earning very little, which, can be disheartening right at the start. It seems insane that some people are earning hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars at a time, and you're chugging away and earning 10 cents. And, people said it to me when I first started, just stay with it, you'll get there. And they're absolutely right. There's like a point where it all starts to turn. And, I kind of want to encourage people into that, help people through it, and really give people the benefit of some experience of myself and other people, like you, Stephen. You're an old hat on Steemit. You're probably one of the first people in the UK that was actually on this platform. So everybody's got a lot to learn from you and some of the other guys that have been around for a while. So, we can all learn from each other. And
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am at the moment. I'm excited that we're gearing up towards the universities coming back and being able to go and, stand outside freshers' fairs and just, show people this wonderful platform and maybe even, help some people get through their studies and earn their way through it. But also just give them an understanding of this great new ecosystem, which is totally different to Facebook and Twitter, where it doesn't matter how good your content is, you're never going to earn a penny from it. Mark Zuckerberg is.
Absolutely. And with the flyer, the promotional flyer, the original promotional flyer, as was improved dramatically with the QR code at the bottom.
That's right.
How is the Huddersfield promo flyer? What's the reaction been, Dylan?
Well, so far, I mean, it's been, we haven't really started too much on that yet. There's been a few that's gone out, and I've done a little bit of marketing and standing out on the street, but not too much at the moment because I've had quite a lot going on over here. So, I'm kind of gearing up to looking at the start of September. And I know that some of the guys, I know you said you were interested, and maybe Matt as well, and some of the others, we're all going to converge on each of the cities and just absolutely wallop it. So
yeah,
I think my expectation is that one of the things with QR codes, and it's something that I was talking to somebody about, believe it or not, there's still a lot of people out there that don't even know how to scan a QR code. So, being able to show people who say got an Android device that they don't even need to install any software. There's some already installed by default on pretty much most Android phones. And here it is, tap that, scan the code, great news. And if they go and use that code, what they're going to find is a lot of support. They're going to find our ecosystem straight away. They're going to find me as an ambassador in Huddersfield. They're going to find you, and they're going to find Matt and other members of the UK promo team, and we're all going to be able to help each other. So, I think it's a great idea having the QR code on there to give people somewhere to go. What we need to do now is educate them as to how to scan the code, believe it or not. And it's just one more thing that, we've got all this technology and actually people only tend to use 10% of what they've got.
Absolutely, I totally agree. Okay, and as well as Dylan, we've also got Matt from Wolverhampton. So I first met Matt about six weeks ago. We met Matt and Coin King Zoltan, who drove up from Bristol, and we had a great meal and a good chat. And I knew straight away I was going to get on with this guy. He's a very, very good guy, very nice guy, great guy to have. His ability to get out on the street and to hand flyers out is absolutely up there. So I'm so pleased to have Matt on the team. Hi Matt, how are you?
All right, Stephen. All right, how's it going?
Was that a good enough intro?
yeah. I mean, the thing for me, I'm blown away by Steemit, and after having met you and the likes of you and the team and everyone else, and you get talking, as we're all starting to understand this platform a bit more, things become apparent that you just kind of light bulbs go off, and you kind of think, you can do this, we can promote this way, and this will get upvotes, and then we can fund other things that way, and use that to do other things. It's literally the way I see Steemit is a value creation platform. And basically what we'll be able to do, and what we are doing essentially now, one of the first projects with Promo-steem, is that we are essentially using Steam to create value in the real world, and then being able to put that value back into the Steemit platform. And this is going to be the first one of the projects of its kind, but there's going to be so many more for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years. This is like the first, where we're basically, as a group, promoting Steemit, and then using that kind of value that we've created, putting it back into the platform, and then enabling people to do more. So one of the initiatives that we're setting up at the moment, I mean, you and I, Stephen, are working on this quite a lot, but we've got this kind of strategy as to how we're going to bring other people into Promo-steem and Promo UK and Promo other countries, to help them to promote and give them basic, simple instructions, or just sort of ideas to let them know, this is the way we promote Steemit. It's very simple, very easy. There's kind of 10 steps to it. You can go use these tomorrow, and this is how you do it. And then how do you put that back in? How do you get upvotes for what you're doing? How do you get recognised for what you're doing? Going back to what Dylan was saying there, he's got the help with that in terms of setting that platform up. So we're ending up with a whole complete picture of bringing new people in and then helping them get on and learn about Steemit. And then not only that, but in order to bring the new people in, you and I, Stephen, we're discussing about helping people financially. So a lot of people on Steemit have come in. I've got contacts in Venezuela and the Philippines who I've been talking to a lot. And these people haven't got much money up front, right? But they've got the will and the desire to go and promote Steemit. And it's like, well, hold on. If you just take these sort of 10 techniques that we use and other people have used, then you can go do it. But in order to do that, they need flyers, they need caps, t-shirts, things like that. So we're looking at a method of being able to review different people to make sure they're good enough people, the type of people we're looking for, and then enable them to take some Steam currency from us as a form of a micro loan, maybe $100, $200 loan, and then pay it back to us interest free, based on the repayments from the blogs that they'll get. And I just, when we discussed this a couple of days ago, the light bulb kind of clicked, and you kind of go, that is not the way the real world, the sort of fiat currency, normal paradigm we live in works, But on Steemit, it completely works. And this is just this is just the first one of its kind, and there's going to be so many others of these types of schemes going forwards. And I'm really excited again to meeting up with you guys in September at the Steemit meetup on the 16th of September in Birmingham. And also, so please come to that, guys. If you're watching this and you're in the UK and you have time, come along. It's on Saturday the 16th in Birmingham. Loads of Steemers are going to be there. People are going to get hotels. It's going to be great.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the format? Obviously, we know what the format is, but can you tell people who are watching this, Matt, what the format for Saturday the 16th of September is going to be?
Yeah, so the idea is there's not many meetups going on at the moment. I know there are a couple dotted around the place, but with the likes of your following, we're hoping to have a reasonable sized meetup of at least 20, maybe 30 people, coming along to Birmingham. Anyone's welcome to come that's on Steemit if you're nearby. I know Stephen, you're going to book in for a hotel. I'm not sure about Dylan yet, whether you're coming or not, but people are booking in for hotels already. If you go to our blogs, we can put those at the bottom of this video and show you where the hotels are, what the itinerary is. The itinerary is basically a meetup. We've got a really, really, really cool Steeming we're going to go on to see. He's going to play live music for us. He's Bran H Music. He's a really, really class singer, so there'll be a bit of live music on. And I understand you and I, Stephen, are going to put £150 behind the bar for a few drinks for people. Really? So try refusing that.
That'll do for me, guys.
If there's only three that turn up, that means that you're absolutely right, Matt. There's going to be £150 as a drinks tab, as a welcome drink. So I would like to see as many people as we possibly can, and I'm going to on the for anybody who comes to the meetup, Matt. There's going to be T-shirts that are going to be handed out. So I'll make sure I bring plenty of Steemit T-shirts, and these promotional T-shirts will be given to anybody who turns up. Yeah. So there'll be plenty of promotional goodies. We've got the cups that will be going down, the mugs that will be going down. We've got the pens will be going down. So if anybody does, would like to turn up on the 16th of September, Matt, I know you're doing a great job putting this together. So there'll be plenty of promotional goodies coming down with me on the Saturday.
Great stuff, yeah. Looking forward to it. Should just be a good bit of fun, quite informal. People just meet up for a couple of drinks, bit of food, and we'll have a good old chat and natter. Be nice.
Perfect. Now, can I just pick up on something that we talked about on Sunday, Matt, and that is the scheduling now of Promo UK, the Steam roadshow that we're proposing to roll out and cover the UK and visit as many of the universities as we possibly can. The whole concept really is when I met Dylan and yourself and other guys from the Promo UK, there was one common theme that kept coming back over and over again, and that was Freshers Week, University Freshers Week. And because of the way that we've been promoting Steam at the universities, we've decided to look at the window of the 2 or 3 week Freshers Week, and we're going to do a roadshow where we're going to go around as many as we possibly can. We've put a schedule out today, which is the second draft of the schedule, and effectively it is 20 universities in 20 days. Now, again, I know that Dylan will be over in the sort of like the Leeds, Bradford, Sheffield, Huddersfield area. I'll be over in the Manchester, the Preston, the Liverpool area. You'll be down in the Midlands area, the Birmingham, Worcester, in the Midlands area, and then of course we've got Connor Kings down in the south, and we've got Crypto Curtis down in Portsmouth and Southampton. Now, personally, I'd like to get to see as many of the universities as I possibly can. It'll be a grueling schedule for one person to actually cover all 20. So the idea is that it's going to be like a relay race, and I'll kick it off. It'll be like passing on the baton. I'll kick it off in Manchester. I'm sure that you'll probably come over
Definitely,
to
yeah.
Manchester, Dylan. Matt, you'll be there to launch it. And then the idea then will go from Manchester to Preston to Liverpool, jump over to, pass the baton over to Dylan and do Bradford and Leeds and Sheffield and do that area, and then move way down into the centre of the country and then down south. And of course, as many people as we possibly can get. The whole purpose of this introductory chat is to get this blog out and really explain to people that Promo UK is now starting to grow, and it's growing at such a rapid pace that for me to have 20 guys on the phone. You know, the whole idea is that what I'd like to propose is we have this regular chat, and if anybody's got anything that they want to talk about, if there's anything that's got to be shared, then we could maybe do this on maybe a fortnightly basis, set an agenda, and really I'm looking for more people to at least, even if they just give up maybe 2 hours, we're coming into their town and give up 2 hours, meet us, they'll get the t-shirts, you know, they'll get the flyers with us.
Yeah.
And really, it's just a case now of reaching out to anybody in the UK. It's a very, very informal group that we've got together, you know. I'm very passionate that it's more of a casual, more of a fun thing, more of a, you know, this is the way to do business. You know, this is really the way to meet people, to talk about things, to chat about things. You know, the beauty about what we've got in front of us is a platform where everybody gets to see everybody's work. You know, it's fully transparent. If I'm going to talk to somebody, I would much rather talk to them via the blockchain, the comment section. If I'm talking to Dylan, if I'm talking to Matt, everything is absolutely fully transparent. And what I'm hoping to achieve over the next, well, really 6 to 9 months is to continue growing Promo UK into a fully transparent, totally open marketing and promotions arm, really, within the UK. And once we've cracked that, you know, that ultimate number where we've got people that I can just say, right, give us a number of t-shirts. How many t-shirts do you want? How many flyers do you want? How many of these? We can just get them sent off down to them. And then, of course, I'm working closely with CoinFest, that hopefully everything goes according to plan. In April of next year, we'll be having our first desk at the CoinFest, CoinFest UK, which is a yearly group of cryptocurrency gatherers. You know, all the people are there. And really, when I went to the one in April last year, that was really, I think it was the April the 6th, that was really the day when it triggered that Promo UK had a year to get a team together, so that the next CoinFest event, which is in April of 2018, we would have a really good stand, you know, ideally in a prominent position, so that when people are coming in, we literally t-shirt, mug, pen, sign up, away they go. T-shirt, mug, pen, sign up, away they go. And that's the idea.
And there's no reason that's not achievable on Steemit from the upvotes that you get from the promotional blogs that you do, you know. So it's a self-funding type thing, you know.
Correct.
It's just absolutely fantastic, mind-blowing.
I think one of the things that has been really interesting to me is that so far, Promo UK is the only active group pretty much in the world that's promoting Steemit on a national basis. You know, I think it's, you know, Steemit is still very, very young, and, you know, we're still going through lots of changes. And, you know, I know, Stephen, you and I have spoken about some of the things we'd love to see on the Steemit platform that just aren't there yet. And of course, with Steemit being user driven, the great news is that we're not waiting for a central authority, if you like, to make these changes. You know, ultimately, we the users are the people that are going to help this platform evolve.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the most important things for me, that what we want to see as the people that are engaged with it is going to happen at some point. And, you know, there's various things that we have to do to get to that point. But ultimately, unlike any other platform, we're not dependent upon a central authority telling us how Steemit is going to evolve. And my sense is that the next 1, 2, 3, 5 years, we're going to see Steemit evolving enormously. I'd say that in the last couple of months or so, I've just seen it erupt, with loads of new users coming in. Partly that's been some of the big bloggers who are out there, who are, involved in things like the crypto space and the blockchain, have brought a lot of their followers in, so, people like Jeff Berwick and there's obviously Jerry as well, who've brought people in. And as more and more people are starting to understand the ecosystem, I think what's occurring is you can't ignore this platform, because it's really one of the very few publicly available blockchain platforms that's working, and is working really well. The blockchain technology is very much still the domain of the geeks and the nerds and the techies. Yeah, and to some degree, we all count ourselves within that world. But it's changing. And I know that I'm introducing people to Steemit who are not techies, they're not geeks. They wouldn't know a blockchain from a tiger's arse. And what's happening now is they're going, hang on a minute, I can post my photography on there, and people are paying me for taking nice pictures that I would do anyway. And I'm going, yeah. And then they go, it can't be true. And then they try it. And the next thing you know is they're going, that's genius. It's unbelievable. And I think the challenge that we've got is to encourage people in and go, look, this is how it works. We've kind of got to educate them a little bit into how it all works, because one of the questions that comes up so often for me when I'm talking about Steemit is, where does the money come from? Yeah, and people can't quite get their heads around this concept that they can simply blog and earn, but it's not that anybody's actually paying for it as such. So this is a kind of a new concept to people, but hey, as you said before, most people have spent their entire lives being, living in one social construct, being, effectively lied to by the bankers and the governments who are controlling everything. This is a completely new way of creating a communicative society, and I think one thing about Steemit that we don't talk about enough, and for me, I think it's vastly important in this age of fake news and shutting down fake news, that the mass media wants you to only hear one particular side of the story. You can't censor Steemit. No. It's completely censor free, and my sense is there's going to come a point in time where people who might have something really important to say, who want to remain anonymous, and who also want to get this information out. People like the whistleblowers of the future, they're going to be turning to Steemit, because it's a platform for going, are you aware that this is going on in the world? Once it's on the blockchain, you cannot censor it. And it doesn't matter how there's no central person, there's no Julian Assange that you can hound into somewhere, and make his life miserable and hope that he breaks. The Steemit platform is going to change things. It's going to change things in ways that any other social media platform hasn't done. And we're now starting to see social media being stamped on, and views and voices that aren't popular are being stamped out. And do you know what? Some people say things which are a bit distasteful. Oh no. Yeah. And one of the wonderful things about Steemit is it actually discourages trolling, and I think that's a really important thing as well that people need to get their heads around.
Absolutely. I think what I'd like to do, Dylan, is over the next series of chats that we have, you've covered obviously a lot of topics there that we could actually have an evening just purely talking about. And what I'd like to do is, in the comments below in this blog, if people have any concerns, or if they have any questions, if they have any issues, if they've got anything that they want to have us air or answer or talk about, and I'd be more than happy to use this evening on a regular basis, where we can talk about the things that we are doing and sharing with the things that we are doing in Promo UK and Promo-steem, but also at the same time, like you've said there, Dylan, there are things that we know as users that is alien to other people. So if we can help new users understand the methodology, understand the concept, understand the vision, you know, what we believe is Steem and what Steemit's going to do in the future, then I'd be very, very, very interested in sharing any one of those topics that you've just been, you know, talking about, and pick one and say, well, you know, we could actually talk purely about the censorship, or we could talk about the actual ecosystem. But really, what I'd like to try and do, if possible, is to wrap this evening up, Matt, and give this a go, and just try and see whether this format of doing, you know, a 45 or 30 minute or 40 minute video chat is going to be beneficial for us as a team, developing the actual initiatives that we are doing, but more so sharing to make sure that people know exactly what we're doing, you know.
Yeah, Stephen, I just if we're coming to a close here, I'd like to put emphasis on the fact that we need volunteers to come to this university week. So one of the things that we're doing in the near future is to try and get the schedule out onto Steemit, so everyone can see where we're going to be at what dates, and then anyone that's nearby, come along. Like Stephen said, you've got the free t-shirts there. We're going to be able to grow the platform. It's going to be a fantastic few weeks of touring this country on the university tour. So I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully people can come and volunteer their time to come and help us out.
Perfect. Now, should we agree that we're going to do this again next Wednesday at 8 o'clock again? We'll get this out. Obviously, Matt, you're going to be dealing with issuing and sharing this. But I think we should go for another one at 8 o'clock next week, 8 o'clock UK time. And if there's anybody who is watching this, who feels that they would like to come and join Promo UK, absolutely, let us know. Drop us a comment below, comments, and really, if you feel as though you've got something that you can bring to the team, there is one guy who contacted me on the back forum, Major League. Forgive me, obviously I've forgotten his name, but he's contacted me, and I think you know who I mean, Matt. He's the guy who's got the RGA laser.
Yeah.
Show. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, I tried to have him on the chat, but unfortunately, he was tied up, and he said he wouldn't be able to make it. I believe he was driving home from work, and really, if we could get this guy on as well next Wednesday, I would like to know what he's got in his mind. I mean, I did a bit of research when he said that he had this laser as a kid. You know, to show that on a building, you know, on a Friday night or a Saturday night when people are out partying and they see this, and you know, what's this Steemit logo on the side of this building here? You know, those are the sorts of things that, as Promo UK, you know, we can, if we can see a benefit of it, we can manage it, we can fund it, we can implement it. You know, these are the sorts of things that I really want to see. So, if possible, forgive me, I forgot his exact name, but if we can get Major Lee on here next week, that would be absolutely massive. You know. So, can we just wrap this up, guys? It's been an absolute pleasure. Fingers crossed this actually format works, and I can't thank you guys enough, Dylan and Matt, for really going an extra mile on the work that you've done on Promo UK. And a big shout out to Curtis, Steve, Kieran, Zoltan, Carl, and Ria down in London, you know, and all the other guys that hopefully I've not missed, but I really can't thank you guys enough for absolutely getting behind Promo UK, and hopefully over the next couple of weeks we get to see some more new faces. So
Stephen,
that's it for now.
I'd just like to say one quick thing. As well as it just being about Promo UK, we're really making moves on the international scene as well. And there's some fantastic people that have been writing in to say, hey, can we get involved in this? Can we help? And we really do want to take the Promo UK model and take it abroad, take it to anywhere that wants to do it and help people implement this. So yeah, big shout out to people abroad. And if anyone wants to come in that wants to help from any other country, not just from the UK, start your own hashtag, promo your country, promo your city, and let's get this movement going.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think even if you don't have T-shirts and caps at the time, it doesn't mean you can't go and talk to someone in the pub and show them your Steemit client on your phone and show them what you're doing. Yeah. So just get out there, tell people about it. Let's get more and more active people on this wonderful platform.
All right. Well, listen, thanks, guys. I can't thank you enough, and speak to you soon. Cheers, guys.
See ya.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
And do we say